So today I'm going to be testing out a bunch of new makeup products that I have, and I've been just waiting to try and dying to film this video. I have not touched any of these products except for two because I've been waiting to film, or no, except for three. My face was moisturized and stuff earlier, so the next thing I'm just going to do is I'm going to take my Mario Badescu Rose Water Spray and just spritz this over my face. This just barely has anything left. I got it in my mouth. I just like to spritz that on my face before I start my makeup because I feel like it makes my makeup go on a lot smoother. I'm just going to take my Bath & Body Works Mentha Lip Shine and put this on my lips to moisturize my lips while I do the rest of my face and whatnot. Yeah, I definitely put too much, but you know, it's okay. That's just me. My lips gonna be even more moisturized. Next, we're gonna go in with primer. I have two new primers that I've been testing out. They're both by Too Faced. The first one is the Hangover RX Replenishing Primer. Everyone has seen this before. It's not new, but it's new to me. And then the next one I have is the Primed and Peachy Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer. And this one is fairly new, but it's not super new. It's been out a couple months now, but I think I'm going to do today is use the Prime and Peachy one. I've been testing both of these out for a few weeks and I've been really liking them. I have combination skin leaning more towards the oily side, so I do prefer matte primers, but I recently have been loving the Hangover RX one because since it's still winter time, it's super dry and my skin gets dry. So I just put a little bit on the back of my hand and I'm just gonna smooth it out first because this primer does get a little bit chunky, so I like to smooth it out on my hand like this before I apply it on my face. And then we're just gonna take it and go all over the face.
I also feel that this primer feels really nice on my skin.
Face is primed and feeling good. Side note, a lot of people say they can smell the peaches in this. I absolutely smell nothing, so I'm not sure where you guys smell it at, but I don't smell Today I have actually 3 foundations that I want to try out. I don't know which ones I want to use because I really want to try them both. First one is the Anastasia Stick Foundation. Fun fact, I got matched to this foundation color last year and I just never was able to purchase it because it was always out of stock in Sephora and Ulta online. So I was like, listen, it's just not meant for me to be. So I finally, a year later, got to pick this up. But I also have the new Maybelline Super Stay foundations. It's the Super Stay Foundation Coverage Complete foundation. I don't know, but I have 2 shades here because I don't know which one would be my perfect match. Like this one, kind of on camera they seem a lot different than what they are in person. Like this one seems a bit lighter. And why is the light fluctuating? This one is a whole ton darker than it really is. But I have this one, the darker shade is in 355 Coconut, and then this one, the lighter one, is 334 Warm Sun. So y'all, let's see which one's just gonna work best for me. Let me go get my brushes though, because how am I gonna do my face without my brushes? First of all, I'm forgetting steps because I never do foundation before brows. So I don't know, I never do anything before I do my brows, so I don't know what's going on. So I don't have any new brow products specifically to try out. I forgot to pick something up, so I'm just gonna use my same old ABH pomade in Ebony and then follow up with curving out my brows with the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. I'm just gonna come back when my brows are done. So guys, I'm back. Brows are done. I'm not that much of a fan of them today, so I think I'm gonna go with the drugstore ones because I've been dying to test these out for a minute now. So yeah, I'm gonna shake them up first because I like to shake my foundations up before I put them on my face, especially if they're liquid foundations, because just gotta get everything evenly distributed. Oh, that's cool. It has a pump, so thank you, Maybelline, for finally making one of your foundations have a pump. Now the Fit Me foundation just needs a pump and we will be good. So we're just gonna spritz some of this out and look at it. Okay, yeah, this is gonna be too light for me right now, so I'm gonna go with spritzing this one. I must say The consistency of this foundation is a little less watery than the Fit Me foundation, but it is still a bit watery, and this is still too light. I'm gonna put this on and see what we're working with. Okay, that's too light. I'm gonna take my Real Technique sponge and just blend this out. Okay, it's not bad, but it's not super spectacular. The one thing I don't like about drugstore foundations is that they emphasize so much texture. Like, it just makes it look not flawless. Like, if you guys can see that. I mean, it does a pretty, I'm actually impressed with the coverage. It does a pretty good job covering up. I just don't like how it emphasized everything on my face just now. So what I'm going to do is take a smoothing primer and smooth this onto the left side of my face just to see if that will help with any of the texture. Like, that's one of the oh, okay, and nobody told you come out like that. That's one of the reasons I stopped using drugstore foundations, because I just find that they emphasize so much texture. The smoothing primer that I just used was the Maybelline Baby Skin, so it's the first one I saw that I had on hand. Yeah, I must say this coverage is amazing, but hold on a minute, hold on. Oh, no way. I feel like this is oxidizing a bit. So what we're gonna do, yeah, this foundation definitely oxidizes, because if you guys can see this on my hand, when I first mixed this, it was not this dark. It actually is turning orange. So just with one layer on my skin, it's not too bad. I actually think I like the side without the smoothing primer better, because I feel like the smoothing primer helped to oxidize the foundation, as well as it kind of emphasized my pores. Honestly, I'm over here struggling right now. Yeah, so I'm pretty impressed with one layer. Let's just go in with another tiny light layer. After applying a second layer, it actually looks pretty good. I'm actually impressed. I like this. This foundation definitely is full coverage with one pump alone, so I feel like that claim does ring true for these foundations. Taking it out, the applicator looks really nice. It looks almost the same as the Tarte Shape Tape applicator. This is the little doe foot applicator, and it pulls out quite a bit of product on it. It applies very smooth. I like it. Concealer definitely applies very smooth under the eyes. It's just a very quick and swift motion, so I actually like this. It kind of smells like paint a little bit. Concealer shade is too close to my skin tone, so what I'm going to do is take the NYX HD concealer and put this over top just to even it out and give me a nice look. Side note, I actually feel like they changed the formula of this NYX concealer, because my last one was not this thick.
I don't know how I feel either. I'm also going to put some down below the nose. Our chin area.
So I'm just going to blend this out with my sponge also, starting with my chin. I like to let my concealer get a little tacky before I go in and blend it, because I find that it gives me the most coverage overall. Because once you apply your concealer and then you go and blend it out right away, you essentially lose that coverage, and it's like, what's the point of putting on the concealer if you're just blending it right off your face? I'm liking how well it mixes with the NYX concealer. I feel like this is such some smoothness. I usually use my NYX concealer that I just used over top of my Tarte Shape Tape, and with that I feel like it's not as smooth and it still gets a little creasy, but with this is so smooth. For the concealer, I give this a 10 out of 10. The coverage is beautiful. The application was so smooth and quick and easy. Nothing like clumped up or anything, and it doesn't dry down. I mean, actually no, it does dry down pretty quick, but it's not too quick to where you still can't blend it out. Now, just to set underneath my eyes, I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. This is in the shade medium 30 medium deep. I have been testing this out for quite a bit. I don't know how I feel about it. The powder on one of these little tiny white sponges and just set everything. I'm going to blend everything out first to make sure that nothing is creased. Actually, I'm kind of feeling this setting powder now. Makeup Revolution concealer and the NYX concealer combined with this, it definitely did smooth out my under eyes. I don't have as much texture underneath of there as I usually would using the Tarte Shape Tape, so that's a plus. And I just feel like it made my under eyes look so airbrushed. Oh, I feel like I look fake. I'm also going to use this powder to set the rest of my face. So I used this to set my face before a couple of times, and I didn't necessarily like it. So hopefully I like it with this foundation. I'm just taking it on here and just going to set my face with it. Tell you, I did not like this powder at all. A couple days ago, I actually hated it to the point where I was going to return it, but I wanted to still review it on camera for you guys, so I said maybe I'll keep it, give it another try, give it another go and see how I like it, and it's impressing me. It is kind of lightening up my foundation a bit, which is actually good because this side of my face did oxidize, if you guys saw, so that little bit of lightening won't hurt. Thoughts on this powder? I love it now. I absolutely love it. It's kind of weird because I told you guys I did not like this a couple days ago, and now I just feel like on top of that foundation, it made my skin so smooth and soft. I'm seeing a little bit of issues on my forehead with it though. Like, I kind of feel like it made my forehead a little too dry, and I have a couple spots of patches. They're not super noticeable unless you're like bam on my forehead and like, oh girl, your makeup is a mess. Yeah, we're gonna do eyes because I meant to do my eyes first, but I kind of got sidetracked and did my brows and then did my foundation. So I have my little handy dandy color switch sponge here. Oh, I have to prime my eyelids first. Silly me. Tricks are for kids. So I'm just gonna use the same Makeup Revolution. I'm gonna use the Makeup Revolution concealer and just use that to prime these lids, you know. And then I'm gonna take this Row Techniques blending brush and just go over my lids with that, blend it out.
It blends out so easily and evenly. I'm just so impressed with this. Cannot say enough good things about it. And I'm just gonna go over top with my sponge.
Take some of this Makeup Revolution banana powder that's in here. I look so funny with my eye closed, but I don't want to open it and it creases. I'm just gonna take that on this little sponge and set this concealer down. I'm going to start off with Orange Soda, which is right here, and just tap my brush in a bit, cut off the excess. And I'm using this fluffy brush by this brand called Kivange. I got this brush set off of Amazon. I'll link it down below if it's still there so you guys can go check it out because it is an amazing brush set. These brushes are high quality and I highly recommend them. Next, I'm going to take Sienna right here and also put this into my crease.
As a transition shade. I'm just trying to create a
subtle eye look, nothing too dramatic, just a little soft glam like the palette says or whatever. I'm going to take a big fluffy brush. This is my Morphe M504 and I'm just going to use this to blend out those edges of the shadow that I put in so it's not too harsh and so I can diffuse a bit of this color. shall we do next? I really want to try Mulberry, but I think I'm going to go with Tempera. I'm going to take Mulberry, which is this deep kind of plummy shade, and just pack this onto my lid using this little tiny flat shader brush. This is from a brush set that I got on Overstock.com a couple years ago.
Just gonna pat this on the lid or whatever. It's a little bit darker than I expected, actually. It's fine. We don't work with it. We don't work with it, honey.
I'm just packing the color into my lid right now. I will go blend it out in a second, but right now I'm just trying to get it all on my lid, you know. All right, so the shade is packed onto our lids, and we're gonna go back in with Sienna again and blend that out. Switch this out. This look definitely did turn out a little bit more dramatic than I expected. Because you guys know I said I was going for a soft glam. Now we got full on darkness. Take me to the Wonderland cranberry-ish. I think since we have a little bit of a dark shade on our lids right now, I am going to go in with one of the shimmers from the palette just to give me a little bit of sparkle on my lid, you know. Dip into Sultry right here. Where you go? Gonna dip into Sultry right here and pack this onto my lid using this. I actually like it. It looks a little bit more pink on camera, and I wish it did look like this in person. In person it's not too bad either. It's just a little bit more deeper. Love with this palette. I know a couple of these shades are repeat shades, like Tempera, Sienna, Cypress Umber. I'm not too sure where my liquid liner went, so I don't think we're gonna be doing liner for this look today. Always love Anastasia products. Always love her palettes. Everything about her makeup line, I just love. So 10 out of 10 impressed. By the way, if you guys see this little net on my head, it's just to keep my hair back and then place it out of my way while I'm filming right now. Go on to false lashes. So I do have this new dual lash adhesive. I usually use the, oh, why is it so bright? I usually use the white one, but I don't like how it smells. It smells like fish. It's so hard to apply. A bunch comes out at once. I got the brush on strip lash adhesive in black, and I'm excited to try this. And the lashes that I'm going to be putting on today are the Eyelure and Jasmine Brown collab. So inside of the little package, it does come with some lash adhesive. Open it up. Okay, this one doesn't smell like fish like the white one. It doesn't smell like anything, to be quite honest. Oh my god! A piece of the lash came off and it's still on here. You guys see that? Honestly, this adhesive, first of all, hold on, because I know this lash adhesive was not used. Oh, this lash adhesive looks like it was used, y'all. Like, this is so dry. No, no, and no. So this lash adhesive is gonna have to go back to Ulta because it was definitely used. This is my first time even opening it to test it out. Guys, do you see this? You can tell this has been used. And it's like they put it back out onto the floor. Do you see all that buildup onto this wand? Do you see how the wand is sticking apart? It's clumpy. It looks like it has someone's foundation on it. Oh, I'm so disgusted. Ulta, y'all are trifling and y'all not getting my money no more. Oh, I'm ready to fight. And the funny part is, it was sealed up like it was brand new. All right, so I'm just gonna wait for this to get tacky while I apply my other glue. Anyways, I have the lashes on. They look so nice. I'm not the best at putting on lashes, but I think I did a pretty good job for these. Eyes are done. We're going to come back to the lower lash line in a second. But now I'm going to go on to contouring my face. I'm using the BH Cosmetics contour palette. I've been wanting to get this in my collection Oh, ow. How do you open this? Okay. So this is what it looks like when you open it. I just got the powder contour kit, and I'm so obsessed with these shades. Like this fluffy contour brush, or not, it's not a contour brush, but it is a little bit of a tapered fluffy brush. I'm going to take, and I'm going to use this shade right here. Oh, honey. Yes! Let me do the hairline also. I'm going to go in with this fluffy brush and diffuse that contour out a bit. Because, honey, we is shining, 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 shining. Yes. Swirl that product in. Finish out my lower lash line. I'm going to take Sienna from the Soft Glam palette again. I'm just going to tap it in once. And then from the contour palette, I'm going to take the same shade that I contoured with, that one. Tap it in once and go underneath my lash line with this. And then I'm also going to go on my inner corner with Fairy from this palette to just highlight the inner corners using the same brush. Looks good. I don't want it to be super highlighted, just a little bit. For mascara that I put on my eyes before I did the lashes, I just used the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. It's my favorite, my go-to. So just ignore this little lash right here. I put more glue on here so it can dry while we do the lips. For lips, I'm going to use this Tarte's lip paint in the shade Fortune. I've already put some on just because I wanted to see how it looked. But we're going to wipe our lips of any foundation that we had on here. I'm going to put a little bit of this Menthol Lip Shine back on my lips just to hydrate them. Just a tiny, tiny bit though. I'm going to line my lips with this NYX lip liner in brown, or nutmeg, in nutmegs. Brown Tarte lip paint is brown girl friendly. I definitely approve of this. 10 out of 10. Love it. NYX Professional Blush palette, Sweet Cheeks blush palette here. I'm going to take this little peachy shade right here and just blush my cheeks up with it, I guess. We got a little subtle blush going on. No, not too much because I'm not a blush girl. So I'm just gonna, this look is pretty much done. So I'm just gonna set my face using my NYX Finish Setting Spray, the matte one. And then for highlight, I'm going to use my go-to because I didn't pick up a new highlight. It's the Smashbox and Casey Holmes Spotlight Palette in gold. I absolutely adore this palette. It's my go-to favorite everyday highlighter. I'm going to use the middle shade, which is Crank It Up Gold, and then the pink shade, which is Turn It On Gold. These two right here. Stunning.
Ooh, do you guys see that highlight?
Alright, so this is the final completed look. I hope you guys really liked and enjoyed this video and getting to hear my thoughts on all of these new products that I tested out. If there's something that you've tested out that I tested out today, be sure to leave a comment down below letting me know how you guys liked it, or anything that you guys really want to try out, or even anything that you guys want me to try out in a new testing out new makeup video type of gist, you know. I messed that up. I'll be sure to take into consideration your recommendations, go pick them up from the store, and do another video since I do have a couple more products that I want to test out that are sitting right in front of me. Loving how this look turned out. I'm super pleased with it. I am in love with these lashes. I need to go get me some more. But yeah, guys, hope you guys really liked and enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.